Sneakers on, sleeves rolled up. Malminderjit Singh leads in public affairs. He's a dad, ex-journalist and proud Sikh. And today, he's getting real. Faith, identity, courage, no fluff, just truth. I'm Chris Choo, historian and chef, and this is HOTPLATE SG60. Malminder, welcome to HOTPLATE SG60.
Thank you, Chris.
I'm very curious about Sikhism, and I'm going to try and open, I'm probably paraphrasing, but the founder of Sikhism, Guru Nanak, said that there is no Muslim, there is no Hindu, there are only human beings. That's an amazingly enlightened phrase. Can you tell me more about this outlook on life?
Well, I think the context in which Guru Nanak Dev Ji, our first guru of Sikhism, said that is important as well. I think there was a bit of disagreement between which religion is better, which path is better. And I think when Guru Nanak Dev Ji made that point, he was emphasizing on the point of equality of mankind, not saying that so much that there's no one particular faith, that there are different faith groups and each one has got its own path, but it's about emphasis of the equality of mankind.
Okay. And how would you apply it to modern life? This very, very interesting and enlightened phrase that he said. How would you apply it to Singapore?
Well, it's very applicable today. I would say, in fact, in that light, Guru Nanak Dev Ji and the rest of the other Sikh gurus who emphasize this a lot, about equality of mankind, about equality of religions, different religious paths, are very forward-looking. Because today in society, both in Singapore and elsewhere in the world, we have so much emphasis and we talk about racial and religious harmony, about interfaith work. But really, these were done hundreds of years ago already as far as the Sikh faith is concerned. So yes, I think as Sikhs, we have a lot of history and track record and values to fall back on when we approach things such as racial and religious harmony and interfaith work today, which is why even in the Singapore context, the Sikh community, despite being quite small in numbers, I dare say punches above its weight and when it comes to racial and religious harmony and interfaith work.
But there are also many contradictions that I find in the Sikh religion. On the one hand, it's very peaceful. There's a lot of humility, there's a lot of service, and yet the Sikhs are known as very brave warriors. They were employed by the British. Besides the Gurkhas, nobody wanted to go up against the Sikh battalions, right? Let me quickly play a clip that I really enjoyed watching. I'm going to watch the whole movie.
आज जवाब देने का वक्त आ गया। बाहर कम से कम 10,000 हैं और हम 21।
Was it true? 21 against 10,000 warriors?
Yes, it is. It's historically documented. Yeah.
Wow. Can you tell me more about this story?
Yeah. So this particular movie, Kesari, which is published, released pre-COVID, documents the Battle of Saragarhi, which is a very famous battle that was fought during the colonial rule in India. Saragarhi is a outpost between two famous forts in northwest frontier, which is what today Pakistan is, and which is primarily and predominantly in an Afghan tribal area. So we had some of the Afghan clans, I think most prominently the Afridi clan, who constantly were agitating against the British rule there and wanted to, take over some of these forts as well. And the Sikhs, 21 Sikhs, which from I believe the 36 Sikh regiment, so 21 Sikhs who were there to guard that post, were left, having to defend the post at themselves. This, I think, was in 1897, if I'm not wrong.
Do you think that this sort of overwhelming bravery is still in the Sikh culture now? This kind of, 21 men, 10,000 men.
Yeah.
Look at the odds. What do you think?
Well, I think it's been there before this episode and beyond this episode. There have been many examples and studies of the courage and history shown by different Sikhs in different forms and different instances. Whether it's soldiers, whether it's just regular citizens of public as well. I mean, in Singapore, a few weeks ago, we had this fire in River Valley where one of the preschools was affected, and there were some reports about foreign workers going up to rescue. Now, one of them was a Sikh. He was one of the main guys who went up to rescue. So, very everyday people also display such courage and valor. The heart of that is that we believe that we believe strongly in Sikhism in this concept of hukam. Hukam means God's will. And we believe that anything that happens in our life is by God's will and because of God's will. And because of that, we feel that even bad experiences or things that may threaten us or are risking us as well are also happening because of God's will. So if it's because of God's will, then why fear it?
So it's like what the Italians say, amor fati, to love your fate, whatever the
I suppose.
Whatever the consequences.
Yeah.
It's a great way to approach life. I think it lets you live very freely, doesn't it?
It does.
You don't have to second guess yourself all the time. But I'm very curious: are the Sikhs, the modern Sikhs, still inculcated with these traditions to form this strong personality, or are they living more modern lives? They don't really know about their past. Is the Sikh community very tight-knit?
Well, I would like to actually address that because I think this dichotomy of modern versus conservative is quite misleading. Because I think the values that we've discussed today, the values that Sikhism has, are very modern values. So I think they are very much relevant today. And yes, I think Sikhs today, as much as our ancestors did, still embody these values in different forms. But this values form a bedrock of our existence, the bedrock of our spirituality.
But doesn't this come through acculturation? The listening to the bhajans, the ek onkar, all these practices, traditional practices.
Yeah.
So if you take a person tabula rasa without all these things, the person doesn't know who he is. It's got to be within that culture to absorb the positive qualities of the culture, isn't it?
Indeed. I mean, I think you're right. I mean, the prayer part forms a very important part of our faith, right? So in the Sikh faith, it's called Kirtan, the singing of the verses. And, whether it's the Kirtan or it's the path, which is the recitation of the verses, happens. And that does help ingrain those values. It's also a good way in which to learn the lessons that the Guru wants to impart to us through some of these verses as well. And for us, these verses are much more because they are encapsulated in our Guru Granth Sahib, our collection of scriptures, which today is our living Guru.
So, an interesting thing: can one become a Sikh, or does one have to be born a Sikh?
Well, Sikhism is a way of life.
Okay.
Right? So if anyone ascribes to the values and principles of Sikhism, and I think then, and you believe that that's the path you want to take, then I think you do, you do feel like a Sikh and you do believe in.
But does
Sikh
one
values.
have to be initiated to be, or is there initiation at all, right?
Yeah. So I think there's an administrative part of it which I won't go into today
sure.
because that depends on the law of the land.
Yeah.
But I think from a religious point of view, the initiation happens when Sikhs take what is called Amrit, which is the nectar, the holy nectar, and then are initiated into the Khalsa, the Brotherhood of the Pure. right? And that's when the initiation happens. So otherwise, Sikhism is a journey there and beyond.
So, using an example, say a Chinese person in Singapore who's enamored with Sikhism, he's learnt everything, he really believes, can he become a Sikh?
In being initiated, the Khalsa is not determined by your ethnicity or
okay.
which form you come from. The whole idea of the Khalsa is equality of mankind. So anyone from any walk of life, if he or she feels that they would like to be initiated in the Khalsa, by all means.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I mean, it's fascinating. Because,
Of course, there are codes of conduct.
Of course. I mean,
and
if that person is willing to,
Yes.
Yes. I mean, it's not for fun. You wouldn't do such a thing for fun, right?
Absolutely.
And for the men, right? I understand that there are physical objects that
It's for everyone, men and women.
men and women.
So Sikhism doesn't discriminate.
it would be the turban,
Yes.
right? And the bangle,
Yes.
your uncut hair.
Yes.
Obviously.
So
to
there are
do-
5 Ks. They call it 5 Ks because each of them start with letter K, collectively known as kakar.
Yeah.
Right. And so they all start with letter K. So first, as you said, the bangle, the kara, the steel bangle, right, which we wear on our right hand. Then is kesh. Kesh means unshorn hair, right? So which we have all over our body, not just on our head, but all over our body. We don't shave any part of.
Is that from birth? Like
Yes,
you,
from birth.
You never.
We never remove any hair from our body.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's the one of the conducts. Then it's the kirpan, which is a little ceremonial sword that you
Yes.
wear.
Yes.
And then
Are you carrying one now?
I have one, but it's inside.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just curious.
Yeah. And then there's the kanga. Kanga is a small wooden comb,
Okay.
which is kept into your hair here, tucked into your hair, and more designed for hygienic purposes. So they're always kempt.
Yeah.
With long hair, you're
Yeah.
always well kempt, well groomed, and all. And then the last but not least is an undergarment called the kachera, which is designed in a certain way, which is also designed to control your urges as well.
Okay. Okay. Very interesting. It's-
That's why I say very modern looking.
Yeah.
And the turban is then, given to us to, also to make sure that with long hair, we walk with dignity.
Yes, definitely.
We're
I
not
mean,
just
it's not like flowing all over
flowing
the place,
all over,
right?
not like a hippie style or something.
Yeah.
So we walk with dignity and we are well presented.
Yeah.
But also go other markers as well, so including identity markers.
So I'm curious, how many turbans do you own?
Oh, a lot. Different colors, different sizes, different lengths.
Okay. I personally think it's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. But for me to wear a turban without being a Sikh, that would be cultural appropriation.
Today, younger Sikh men who wear the turbans, often do it in a way, they carry it with pride. So they do it such a way that, that match different colors with their clothes and stuff like that as well. Yeah, in fact, if you go to India, they're very experimental, some of them. So they have stripes, designs, polka dots and things like that.
I've not seen that yet.
Yeah. You don't see so much in Singapore, but you see it in other places like India.
I think that's very forward looking.
Yeah.
Has your background, your religion or your belief system helped you or shaped the way you run Tera?
Well, it's already the name, Chris. So Tera is how we pronounce it in English, but in Punjabi you call it Tera. Tera means yours.
I thought it meant earth.
Which is the Latin meaning of it. But in Punjabi, Tera means yours. So it's yours, which means it's his.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
So already in the name, I've tried to remind myself of where my blessings have come from. So I consult MNCs, companies, organizations, individuals, high net worth individuals as well, and including some political leaders as well, on things from PR and communications, public policy and government relations, public affairs, and also political and geopolitical consulting. Yeah. So in a nutshell, I help my clients stay out of trouble with the government and the media. Yeah.
So say I'm a Western-based company and I know nothing about Asia and I want to set up something in Indonesia.
So let's say Dell wants to set up a data center in Singapore, but it's facing some issues because the government rules here in the past were quite stringent. So we will help Dell, for instance, say, look, these are the rules and policies that the government has. Can we advocate to the government to consider why this policy should be changed, for instance? We actually use persuasion and rationale,
why it's
and
a good,
relationships.
Why it's a good thing to do,
correct.
right? You know,
Today, when the world is very uncertain,
Yeah.
they're looking at their supply chain exposure or even their political exposure in different countries when governments are changing so rapidly. That we provide them with some of those analysis and that stakeholder management as well.
I'd like to switch to another topic that I think is of concern to many people, but it's difficult to speak about, and you've been through it. In vitro fertilization or IVF, right?
Yep.
What's your wife and you went through it? What was the experience?
So it was a rather difficult experience. I would say it's a big challenge. We went through many rounds and cycles. First IUI, then IVF, before we actually were blessed with 3 children. And today we have 3 wonderful children. This was more than 10 years ago. Our eldest daughter today is 9. So, this was all the way from like 2009 to like 2015. So it took us 6 years to, on this journey. And it was a difficult one because there were many trials and tribulations. And I think what makes it more difficult is, at least at that point in time, and I'm talking about now, 10 years ago, more than that, people didn't talk about it, right? People don't share their experiences. People don't even admit or acknowledge if they went through it themselves. So there was a certain kind of stigma associated with it. So we found information to be very asymmetrical, very difficult to get information. And, it, I think, contributed to the challenges that we faced in the process. So one of the things that my wife and I decided after that experience and after being blessed with 3 children ourselves is that we wanted to give back in that way. We wanted to normalize in our own way, very small way. We don't have a platform to do this or anything, but in our own way, we want to normalize, talking about it. We also want to provide our own support to people who need such advice and guidance and a support system, whether it's successful or not. Because the other thing is that one is the advice and guidance to embark on this journey. The second is the support system when the journey doesn't work for you and you're unsuccessful. There is nobody there to catch you. And I've seen people really fall through the cracks.
Sure. Because it's also a very painful procedure for the woman, right?
We are 2 men talking about it, but honestly, hats off to any woman who has been through it. Giving birth, being pregnant and giving birth itself, it's a big thing, right? But then the manner in which you also get, go through IVF is something that is very, I've seen my wife do it. The hormonal changes, the toll on your body, on your emotions, it's a lot to ask for, right? And then after that, if you go through all that and you're still not successful, many women don't have a source of support, men and women. Yeah. I think many husbands I talked to said, we don't know what to do. Yeah. We don't know how to be, we don't know how to support our wives.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. Can't imagine. It's like...
Yeah. But you know what? We look back today with gratitude.
Definitely.
Right? Because we have 3 wonderful children to fall back on.
Yeah.
Right? And that came out of that.
Yeah.
So we look at it as a means to an end, as a process, as a baptism of fire, if you like. So it's platforms like these where my wife and I get to go out and talk about these things, that we want to normalize it, to just do it in an informal way. Sometimes that works as well, right? Just an informal chat. And we've had, over the years, many couples we've had the opportunity to talk to support, to guide, who have reached out to us for some clarity. And we've been doing that in our own informal way. I think 3 years ago, my wife contributed an essay as well to the birthday book, and she spoke about her IVF journey. So that IVF article was very well received. And in fact, it was republished in some of our local media, including the Today newspaper as well.
Fantastic.
So it's reached many people.
Yep.
And that gets the word out.
Tiny steps.
Tiny steps.
Right? Is that your better half?
It is.
And you're looking very cool there.
Thank you.
Where are you and what are you doing?
We are at a cafe in Joo Chiat, which is in the east where we stay.
Yeah.
And it's just one of those. We had just both finished A levels, so I was in BMT and she was ready to go to university. So we met through some mutual friends. We chatted for a long time and we hit it off. And we decided to be a couple. We got together, but soon after that, I had gone overseas to study. So that was a test of time as well. I was going to be away for 3+ years.
Yep.
I worked a bit after that, after graduating there. And so, was it still going to be as strong and were we going to remain strong? And so after I came back and, we still wanted to continue and take it to the next level.
I would assume that she's also Sikh, right?
She is.
Yes.
She is.
Okay, so I guess the culture allowed for a long distance relationship that was more stable than if she were not Sikh. Would you think so?
I don't think the culture played a part in the long distance relationship so much, but of course there's a lot of familiarity, and I think there's alignment of values.
Okay,
right. So some of the values really played a part in that sense. But yeah, I mean, look, like any other relationship, we've had our ups and downs, right? More ups than downs. And I'm glad that today, we are good together. We have a lovely family together.
You look good together. I mean,
Thank you. Thank you.
And so this is not a random shot of shoes, is it? It's more like your sneaker.
Yeah, it's just
it gives me a good segue right into your sneaker collection, right?
Yeah, so I've become a bit of a sneakerhead in the last year and a half or so. Just randomly stumbled on it, realized that I have a love for. I've always loved shoes.
Yeah. So may I pick up this pair?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll pick it up.
Yeah. You show them to the camera.
Yeah. So this is my latest pair, which I got about maybe a month and a half or 2 months ago, and I mean it's not terribly expensive, but it's something I'm proud of. It's a collector's Nike edition, limited edition. So yeah, it's something I like. So I like the unique stuff, not the regular run off the mill.
Did you wear this particular pair to the Istana?
No. Oh, no. Yeah, no. That was a funny story because I had a lot of people stop me during this was last year at the swearing-in ceremony of Prime Minister Lawrence Wong, and I was invited there. And so there was like all these different bigwigs there, and here I was in my suit, wearing a pair of white sneakers. And, people are like looking at me wondering like, what's this guy up to, right? And everyone's in their formals. So yeah, I mean, it turned some heads, raised some questions. It was a great conversation starter. Yeah.
Cool. And these are your lovely children, right?
These are my children. My eldest daughter on the left with the floral dress. And then the pair of twins, the boy in the middle, right below my face. And then the younger of the twins right in front.
Absolutely beautiful family.
Thank you.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, they are a treasure.
I like this informal attire.
This is more a North Indian cultural...
Like a kurta or...
It's a kurta with just a vest on it, right? And so my son and I are wearing almost similar matching ones. So this was a cousin's wedding that happened a couple of months ago.
Okay, I think we've had a very good conversation, Mal.
Thank you, Chris.
And I hope you're hungry.
I am.
Because you're going to be helping me make a vegetarian biryani.
Wow.
Biryani came to Singapore with Tamil Muslims in the 1800s. It's a multicultural icon served at weddings, festivals, and celebrations across Indian, Malay, Arab, and Chinese homes. A dish that unites through flavor and tradition. My vegetarian biryani starts in a wok. Old family flavors, reimagined with crisp veg and bold spice. It's the heart of the dish.
We are going to be putting together a vegetarian biryani. Lots of ingredients, I get confused myself sometimes, but let's muddle through it. First, we need some banana leaf. Now, the banana leaf stops the rice from sticking to the bottom as it cooks. On top of the banana leaf, we'll put some ghee. Magical ingredient. Makes everything taste 10 times better.
I agree.
So this rice has been specially prepared with cardamom, some cloves and cinnamon. And it's really aromatic.
What's your take on putting raisins in biryani?
If you like pineapple on your pizza, you probably like raisins.
I do like pineapples on my pizza.
It's that kind of thing, right?
So this is cauliflower.
Yeah, and this is your masala.
Different vegetables.
Yeah. Just randomly put all these
coriander and
some
stuff.
nuts on top.
Just sprinkle in?
Yeah, just sprinkle in. Sprinkle on top. Yeah. Coriander, this is mint leaf,
Ah, okay.
which is going to taste great as well. This is fried shallots, just deep fried.
Yep.
I recently discovered that this was also a key ingredient in Swiss cooking. And now it's in, this is in Indian cooking as well.
Maybe it's a substitute for bacon bits. Huh?
Next layer of rice, you do the honors.
Thank you.
Okay. So one more layer of masala.
Spread it out.
Let's sprinkle some of this.
Fish nuts.
Yeah, this is our creation. Bawang goreng. A nice dollop of ghee.
That looks really rich.
And one final layer of rice, thin layer of rice on top. Okay, and then this is a sprinkling of rose water. A bit of lemon juice would be nice. Now, if you just can wait about 10-15 minutes,
Sure.
and we'll be able to eat.
That was good. Thank you.
All right. Well,
Oh, wow, Chris.
smells great. This
Smells
is our
wonderful.
creation.
That's amazing.
Okay. Give it a good stir. Dig all the way in and just.
Thank you.
This is a vegetarian keema. Okay.
Bon appetit.
Bon appetit.
The flavors in the rice, so good. So strong. It's really good, Chris. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for helping me cook it. You're on the Sikh Advisory Board,
That's
right?
right, that's right.
What does it do?
So the Sikh Advisory Board comes under MCCY, and so it's an organ of the government. Our job is to advise the government, the Singapore government, on all matters pertaining to the Sikh community in Singapore. And it's something that's been around since the colonial times.
Really?
In fact,
That
last year we
old?
celebrated our 75th anniversary of the reconstitution of the Sikh Advisory Board. And when the British, colonial government set it up in, I think it was 1919 or so, they set up corresponding ones in Malacca and Penang as well. So there were 3 Sikh Advisory Boards across the archipelago.
Okay.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. Yeah.
Very cool. Okay. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Come.
Faith, food, real talk. Mel brought the fire. We brought the biryani. This is HOTPLATE SG60. Watch the next episode. More stories, more dishes.